We got to.
Hi everyone! Today I'm going to talk to you about 6 things to consider when opening a home daycare. Number 1 is the obvious: you must like children. And I want to expand on that a little bit. Not just like them, you want to enjoy being around them. Genuinely like children, get along with them, know how to play with them, and not just your children. If you're thinking about doing this because you want to be home with your kids, you want to make sure that you like not just your children, but other people's children, that you get along with them, that you can handle them, and that you just genuinely love children, or you just really, really like being around kids. Maybe something that you've done before, you used to babysit, or you worked in a nursery at church, or something like that, to have a little background, or you want to have at least, been around kids before you just want to jump right into this. Number 2 is you must have patience. I would say that's probably right up there with number 1, tied. You definitely have to have patience with these children. They are constantly getting into things, not listening, throwing things on the floor, throwing their food on the floor. So that goes along with liking kids. You kind of know what you're getting into before you just go out and do it. And I would also recommend maybe spending some time at a daycare facility. Not donating your time. What am I talking about? Volunteering. You want to volunteer. You could ask a daycare close by, or if your children are currently in a daycare now, you could volunteer some hours so that you kind of have an idea what you're getting into. And number 3 is you have to have lots and lots of energy, or drink lots and lots of coffee. I know I recently just had a baby, so I've been pregnant for 10 months and haven't been able to have coffee. So she's about a month old now. I am breastfeeding, but I do get some coffee because I just need it. So I had to get my baby. She was crying. So along with the having lots of coffee, we work lots of hours. We work really long hours having a daycare. That's another thing you have to think about. You have to be open when your parents are, my camera's slipping, and I have a creaky rocking chair. Anyways, we have to be open whenever our parents are, before they have to be at work, so that they can drop their kids off and be to work on time. And we have to be open, whenever after they're getting off work, so that when they get off, they can come pick them up. Again, lots of energy because you're going to be working long hours. So that's something to really think about in your home when your husband or your spouse or whoever, is coming home from work. You still have little ones here. And so, it's my camera just keeps slipping. Grr. Okay. So anyways, number 4, you want to have the space. I'm going to try to speed this video up because it's taking forever. So you want to make sure you have the space. For me, I like having a separate space for the daycare. We have a den, so I have all the kids' stuff in there. Granted, they do kind of come in the living room. They go in the dining room because that's where we eat. So yes, it is nice to have your own space, so that when everyone goes home, you can have your house back. It feels like your house. It doesn't feel like you live at the daycare. You have your own stuff set up like a normal house, and you have the daycare room that's obviously meant for kids. And number 5, you want to have a good support system. You want somebody, you want to make sure that your husband or your spouse, significant other, is supportive of the idea of having a daycare in their home. Is encouraging you, because you're going to have some days when you open, you're going to be like, what was I thinking? Why am I running a daycare out of my house? I'm a crazy person. But, that is another thing in itself, another whole video. But, so you want a good support system. Somebody who can be like, you love kids, this is what you want to do, this is, you'll get through this. So somebody who's there for you. And number 6, if you're thinking about doing this, you might want to get a license. You might want to get a curriculum for your kids. You want to think about what ages you're going to be taking care of. So you want to consider the age groups of the children you're going to be caring for, if you want to spend a lot of money on curriculum, because sometimes it is expensive, and I'll do a video on that, or, you know, if you want to come up with your own curriculum. My camera. So those are just some quick things to consider. There's a lot more that goes into considering and thinking about opening a daycare. If you have any